Hi, I'm Jordan from Kettner Creative. In this video, we're going to show you how to properly set up the gain on your Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 audio interface. To do that, we have the Audio-Technica AT2020 condenser microphone plugged into the interface. The interface is already connected to the computer here. If you want pricing or specs or looking for a place to buy any of these items, we do have a whole pile of links in the description below. Right now you are listening to the lav mic, and we'll switch over to this once we set our gain properly using the steps in this video. Now, before we show you how to set up the gain on this, let's quickly talk about what is gain and what is a preamp. So the way a microphone works is it captures a tiny little vibration right now coming from my voice into the microphone. That tiny little vibration gets turned into electrical energy and comes down the XLR cable into the interface. That vibration is not enough for your computer to get a good signal, so we need to preamplify that by using the preamp. The gain controls how hard that preamp is working. The trick with the preamp is you want to boost that audio signal while introducing as little hiss as possible. So using the guidelines in this video, we will hopefully get the minimal amount of hiss, but obviously there are varying qualities of preamps as well, depending on the make, model, or whatever you're using for an audio interface. Now on this audio interface here, we do need to turn on phantom power, and now we can set up the gain for this microphone. We had to turn on phantom power because it activates a condenser microphone. You don't need to do that if you have a dynamic microphone. So now let's set up the gain on this audio interface here. So I'm going to get this Velcro out of the way. It's kind of in the way there. So here we can tell that we're already turned all the way down to 0. As we turn this up, we're going to notice that this green light starts blinking. When that blinks, it's at minus 24 dB. So if we look at our audio interface here, I can reset the peak, and we can see here that, yeah, it is around minus 20, so I am just a little bit over that. So minus 20 is in the neighborhood of where you want to be if you're doing a recording. So now we're talking about setting gain for a recording, not something live like a live stream. We'll talk about that in a minute. If you're setting your gain for a recording, you're multi-tracking, you're singing, you have your guitar plugged in and you're putting it into Logic or Pro Tools or anything like that, you want to kind of be somewhere between minus 18 and minus 12. And the reason for that is you want to maintain an amount of headroom. If you go all the way up to 0, your signal will get clipped and you will lose information. It will not sound as good, and there is nothing that you can do to recover that lost information from going above 0. So you want to stay between minus 18 and minus 12 if you're doing a recording. Now I'm going to bump this up. We're going to look at Logic here. I'm going to bump this up until, yeah, it's somewhere around that minus 15 mark right there. Now watch as I do my intro. So right now I'm just speaking and it's at minus 18, and then I say, "Hi, I'm Jordan from Kettner Creative." So right there we went from minus 18 to minus 12. And that's the whole point of having that headroom. So later in post-production, I can compress it, I can do whatever, but we want that raw audio file to have all the headroom that we need. So if we're recording a podcast and we're laughing or we get animated, we're telling a story, that we don't lose any of that information. Now that's all how I would set up gain for an audio recording, somewhere between minus 18 and minus 12. You don't want to go louder than that. But what if we're doing something live? What if we're live streaming, doing a live video conference or something like that? In my personal opinion, and the way that I work, is I would cheat that as close to 0 as possible, because you do want it as loud as possible for the people who are live interacting with you on the other end. So it's worth the risk to get a little bit closer to your headroom cap, but we do want to leave a little margin for safety. So as I turn this gain up here, we're going to see eventually it goes yellow. There's just a little yellow flick. When it has that yellow flick that we can see right here, that means that it has crossed minus 6. So we don't want to be too much higher than that. I'm going to turn it up here just so you can see what it looks like when it hits 0. When it hits 0, it's red. When it's showing you red, we are losing information. The audio signal is clipping. So you should be able to hear the clipping right now. And now I'm going to back it up. So we want to stay, so our loudest thing that we're going to say is at -6. So I'm going to reset this meter here. Hi, I'm Jordan from Kettner Creative. See right there, -4.5, 4.7. I think that is kind of acceptable. If we want to fine tune it, we would turn it down just a little bit more. So this is how I would set the gain if I was doing live streaming. Now you can't just copy paste my setting here. You can't just look and see, oh, the gain knob is at 75% when Jordan does live streaming. That's not how it works. You need to tune this to your voice. If you project better than I do, you're going to find that you need less gain, and that's good. The harder that you push the preamp, the more background noise you'll get, especially on the Focusrite Scarlett. I find that a lot of noise gets introduced once you push up past 9 out of 10. So if you can, you want to keep this as low as possible, but on the other side of that coin, you want to boost it so people can actually hear you if you're in a live streaming. So I hope this is helpful. If you're doing a recording, your multi-track recording, keep your gain set where it's flicking green regularly. That'll mean that you're somewhere between -18 and -12. If you're live streaming, you want your loudest, most emphatic points of your speech to be somewhere around -6. I hope this helps for you. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. And if you want to see more videos like this in the future, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.